three noble lords have already spoken to it. I will be really brief. But just to declare also my involvement with the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Temporary Accommodation. And just one stat to feed into our debate here. In the year to September 2024, 80 children who were in temporary accommodation died. And if you look at the figures going back from the National Child Mortality Database from 2019 to 2024, deaths in children who died, temporary accommodation was listed as a causal factor in their death in 74 cases. That obviously speaks to the GP issue, but also many local lords, and I can see quite a few in this chamber, take part in the Learn with the Lords, the House of Lords Educations programme. And I know we've got many new members in the House, and I just want to take this chance to commend to all of those newer members who may not know about it what a great programme it is. And one of the things, of course, we are taking news about the House of Lords out around the country into schools, but it's also a chance to really encounter and speak to often head teachers, speak to teachers, to actually very much share with them what we're doing here in your Lordship's house and get their reaction. And I haven't got permission, so I won't identify this too clearly, but in the Midlands, I was speaking to a head teacher at a school serving a very deprived area, and I told her about this amendment, and she just went, yes! And I think that many people might think, oh, well, surely that the school will already know, but of course children and parents may well feel that this is a cause of shame, no reason that they should, but nonetheless the reality is they may well feel it's a cause of shame and indeed potentially go to great lengths to try to actually hide that fact. So it's really important that the school, as well as the GP, is notified. Now, I do just want to, since we've been having a huge outbreak of agreement, I am just going to briefly comment on Amendment 119 about the boarding school places and express my reservations about that amendment. I will note, actually, that it was only last month that Joy Shavirian, the therapist who wrote the book The Psychological Trauma of the, quote, Privileged Child, reflecting on the impact of boarding schools on British society. Indeed, we all might reflect on its impact on our politics, but that's a subject for another day. She identified issues of abandonment, bereavement, captivity and dissociation associated with boarding schools. Now, I am sure that boarding schools today would say, oh, but it's different now to what it was like in the old days. But what I would say is that we are talking about still an institutional environment. That's by definition what a boarding school is. It's not a home environment. Now, I wouldn't say that there would never be a case where a boarding school might be an appropriate place for a child. There may be cases where that is the best option available given the overall circumstances. But I think I have troubles with the idea of offering it to all looked after children at secondary age. I really don't think that's the appropriate approach.